Welcome back to the Four-Wall National Handball Championships here in Fridley, Minnesota, where Sienna Kareem is going up against Jessica Gawley here. And there's the announcement from our referee, Aoife McCarthy. It's 0-0. Our first server is Sienna. Second serve now. Jessica Gawley from Canada, Regina, Saskatchewan.
Point.
There's the first point.
Sienna Dave, the current USHA Collegiate National Champion. Also a former women's race freight finalist, 2015 NYAC, which is where these two ladies played for the only time. That was in the quarterfinals, Sienna defeating Jessica in 2 games there. Sienna Dave, a 3-sport star in Ireland. She plays all of the GAA national sports and plays them all at a high level: Gaelic, camogie, and handball. She said her main focus is handball, but she does play Gaelic in the summer for her club team. And if you ever stood next to Sienna, incredibly fit and strong.
Well, last weekend at the X-Fest, her and Kate Moran both rode their bikes. They were going to go to a shopping mall, and the bike path had little mile markers on it. The bike path ran out of cement, turned into dirt. They said they stopped keeping track when the mile marker hit 15, and they were trying to convert what miles meant in kilometers. And they did their shopping. They said when they got back on the bikes, it was just completely different. Said it felt like it was going to be a trek that was going to take 2 or 3 days after they had all of those clothes that they bought.
Yeah.
They biked over 35 miles on big beach bikes that you would see down at Malibu. Dave, you know, not the same type of bike.
I love cruisers.
Yeah, they were cruisers. They only has one speed. There was,
I love those.
Yeah, one speed, 35 miles. Try that sometime in the heat.
Well, are you saying that maybe they could be potential candidates for the next WPH Tour de Tundra bike tour?
They are, yes.
Of course, that tour would be with the 1-speed cruiser. Want to keep the ladies comfortable.
I mean, why wouldn't you?
I'm just worried about how they're going to make it up the snow and hail in Reno, straight up that mountain with just 1 speed. I mean, we remember Dave Emmett Bichotte not changing speeds on his road bike up that mountain.
Changing speeds is arbitrary.
1-4.
We're at 1-4 here with Jessica Gawley serving. Strong lefty from up north.
Second serve.
Saskatchewan legend, as a matter of fact.
She's one of those Tough Mudder Iron Woman finalists throughout the years.
Hand off.
Works as an investigator for the local police force. I think she's a Mountie, as they say.
Short ball, second serve.
Dave, you saw who just took a seat front row and center. That would be tomorrow's finalist, Katrina Casey. She doesn't want to miss 1 point of this. She's scouting.
Point.
Of course, Dave, it's last Sunday that Sienna and Katrina played in the 3-wall small ball final at the X-Fest 2, won by Katrina Casey.
Point.
Well, I'm telling you, Dave, if you haven't seen it yet, on demand, watch the semifinals from the Players' Championship up in Portland, Oregon, between the two, Katrina Casey and Kareem, because it was absolutely amazing. One of the best matches I've ever seen. It went in 2, but some of the greatest shots you'll ever see.
They call that the stripe show. You know, in golf, Dave, when you're striping every shot right down the middle, well, CNC was striping kills right to the bottom board. 8 or 9 of the best kill shots I think we've ever seen in that first game, although came up short in that first game.
7-1.
Pretty amazing stuff.
Short ball, second serve.
Dave, these Irish ladies looking to rebound from a disastrous Sunday last week where they went a combined 1-5. Their only win came against each other. So far today, 1-0, looking to go 2-0.
Look where Sienna's putting that ball.
Hand up.
Deep to Jessica's right. Jessica puts a good return on it, and there's a side out.
1 playing 7.
Tomorrow is Father's Day, Dave. Wishing you and your family a happy Father's Day on the hottest day back home in Tucson, Arizona.
Thank you, Dave, and same to you. Tomorrow, I believe, is the best day of the year. Not only is it Father's Day, which is a great, great day.
NBA Finals.
Game 7.
7
U.S. Open.
Fine. Well, should have been the final round.
Hopefully it will be the
That'll
final
be on
round.
Tuesday.
Probably. And, of course, we've got the ladies' final here from Minnesota early in the morning.
Doubles finals as well right after that.
Yeah, I wish I could be a part of that one.
8 playing 1.
That's going to be fun.
Sounds like.
So it's an exciting day tomorrow. That's a good one. Now 9-1 here in game number 1.
9-1. Point.
Nice to see that. I mean, hear that Jimmy London is local here in the grandstands.
10-1. Point.
This game quickly getting away
11-1.
from the Saskatchewan legend.
Hand off. One playing 11.
One serves 11 here. Jessica Gawley trying to get something going against this very strong knee Kareen. And there she got a point. Pokes that ball right back down the left wall.
Jessica Gawley tying for 7th.
2 playing 11.
Great Players Championship.
Short ball, second serve.
After losing to Katrina Casey, took down WPH coach and left-handed superstar Danielle Daskalakis.
Point.
And another point now for Gawley.
3 playing 11.
Three left-handed players, Dave, in the women's race for a top 9.
I would say that's an oddity in a lot of ways.
Great.
11-3.
You've only had one matchup between left-handed players in the history of the Race Freight Tour. That's 843 matches.
And that doesn't make sense.
And that was the first match ever played on the Race Freight Tour, believe it or not. Those two left-handers. One of whom,
that's Martina and Jay Gall, but it could have been Daskalakis.
No, this was the men's Race Freight Tour.
Oh, okay. All right.
843 matches, just one.
The score coming back is 13 playing 3.
That was you versus John Bike and,
right.
and against at the Jake Plummer event, I would think, as a qualifier coming into the round of 16. And John Bike played fairly strong against you there, scoring about 18 or 17 points. And
18 in
that
the first game.
Yeah, seemed to be pretty close in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho.
Yes, 2011.
That was actually a fun match to watch because I know you have that deep respect for John Bike to begin with, and John, you know, is just a legend. You have to naturally root for an older guy, and he plays you tough. Yeah, and I know that you were too. So it was a kind of it had to be an awkward situation for you.
Yeah.
As a fan, it was awkward as well because you want him to win, but we know that you're in the Elite Eight, and then he played so well that you're happy for him, but it was still a loss. So.
Okay, back in.
Strong performance by John Bike in those days.
13 playing 3.
13-3 here in game number 1.
Dave, Jay Gall is always on the balls of her feet, very similar to Killian Carroll. See, she's always hopping, never flat-footed.
Well, one of her biggest rivals in those days that you're talking about, Jessica playing good handball when she was in her early 30s, was Anna Engel, who just got inducted into the USHA Hall of Fame, who bounced a lot out there.
3
always
playing 13.
On her toes. And that's something you don't see from Katrina Casey. She floats. And some of the other women are hoppers.
4-13.
Yeah, we recall seeing a lot of great matches between Jessica and Anna, and Jessica and Lisa in the mid 2006, 7, right before Jessica had that shoulder surgery to her left shoulder.
13 playing 4. Short ball, second serve. Hand off.
Oh, that's a crazy, crazy shot. Underhand defensive paddle, just trying to make it to the front wall, and it mouses on its way down.
13.
I don't know if I've ever seen that. I've seen it hit the front wall, go to the back wall, and do that numerous times, but never off the hand of an underhand paddle defensive shot.
Hand off.
And Jessica's left-handed, but she has a very good right-hand corner kill. She was disappointed to miss that.
Well, she just jammed that hand into the right wall there.
Hand off. You okay, Jess? 4-13. Hand off.
A lot of appreciation for these great women players, Dave. You can hear it. Fans putting their hands together.
Hand off. 4-13. Short ball, second serve.
Dave, Jessica Gawley has never won a USHA four-wall national singles title.
Hand off.
Not sure, Dave, if she's advanced to a final in her career.
I don't recall it.
Neither do I.
But if it were to happen, it would have been somewhere, you'd think somewhere around the early 2000s. But even then, I don't recall that happening.
Point. 14 playing 4.
That's the first point in 3 minutes, 14-4.
Point.
Target practice now for CNC.
15
She's starting to light up the scoreboard.
Hand off. Four plays 15.
Already in the finals, Katrina Casey waiting on the winner here to find out who she will play tomorrow morning in Minnesota.
Hand off.
Dave, Sienna Nice-Shireen, the tallest player ranked on the women's race freight tour right now.
Oh, no.
Just about 5'10". Some would say 5'9.5", but.
Well, she seems like she has a presence when you're standing next to her, talking to her.
Sienna finished the season ranked number 4 on the Women's Race for 8 Tour. I know that this event also counts towards those rankings, so she could jump into that.
She didn't play all the events, though, and I believe that if she did, she would be number 2 or 3. Although, you know, this is another interesting matchup. Obviously, clearly number 1 and 2, and depending on how you're going to look at it, is Aisling Riley and Katrina Casey. Number 3 and 4 is also very similar to that with Martina McMahon and
15 playing 4.
And Sianani Shireen.
Actually, Siana cannot move past number 4 spot in this event unless she wins it.
16 playing 4.
Now it's 17-4 here.
17-4. Short ball, second serve. Peels. You didn't see it. You couldn't see it either. No.
Both line judges could not see that.
Yeah, they didn't see it, so I called the short. Second serve. 17-4.
It is what it is. They didn't see it.
Point.
I've been a line judge before and couldn't see it. Sometimes with these back walls that have multiple panels back there, and you can see these perforations that come out in glass, it just, the ball lands right there, and you just don't, you can think that you saw it, but you don't really know, so you just say, I didn't see it. I know, Dave, you like to speculate and project.
I don't like where this is going, but continue.
19-4.
And guess. I don't. I actually, if I can't really see it and I'm not sure, I just don't, I just say I didn't see it.
Point.
You like to project forward, and always thinking positively.
Yes.
20-4 score with Siana in the lead here in game number 1.
4. Short ball, second serve. That's first game, girls.
Great second serve. Siana hits every wall on the court there except for the ceiling and gets the unreturned serve. Pretty easy first game there for CNC, who is now just 21 points from the final, which would be her first final at the USHA Four-Wall Nationals.
Well, it took about 20 minutes, and there were moments where Gawley looked pretty good, but the score does reflect what the score is, and that's 21-4. We're going to have game 2 coming up right around the corner. Women's semifinals, lower bracket. Already in the finals, it's Katrina Casey, and she's awaiting the winner of this one, and you can see Jessica Gawley just taking her time to come off of this court. She's upset with herself. She's talking about what she needs to do, and let's see if she can make some improvements here in game number 2, right around the corner, as we'll have more continuous coverage of the 66th USHA Four-Wall National Handball Championships on racefor8.com.
Working and working out takes a lot of energy. That's why I drink Zenergy. Feeling fantastic and looking good has never been easier. Science, extreme science for your active lifestyle.
Rethink what you know about this Vegas icon. Elevate your expectations at the Stratosphere Hotel, Casino, and Tower. See what's new, up, down, and all around.
Get a remarkable clean with non-toxic and biodegradable Simple Green all-purpose cleaner. Safe for all washable surfaces, Simple Green can be used indoors and out. Keep your home and our world clean with Simple Green.
listen now. Can you hear the bluebirds? Oh, look up now. Can you feel the sun?
It's Timothy Green's first day at school.
What's in there? He's about to fall over.
Anything he might need. There's a box of tissues on the bottom and some Band-Aids. There's a whole first aid kit, actually.
Mom, I can handle it from here.
You don't have to be perfect.
Have a great day.
That's too much pressure.
Have the day you have.
To be a perfect parent.
There are two people in the world who want you more than anything. They'll make some mistakes, but they will love you more than you can ever imagine.
There are thousands of children in foster care who will take you just as you are.
In 1905, Thomas Beverly Pennock settled out west to start a family construction business. Over 100 years and 5 generations later, T.B. Pennock & Sons continues on today. From our world-class concrete at the San Diego airport to our recovery efforts in New York after Hurricane Sandy, we take pride in what we build, and we will never forget who we build for. We are T.B. Pennock & Sons.
Back onto the show court now for game number 2 as our first server
Scores 0-0.
is Jessica Gawley, who stayed on the court for about 3 minutes, talking to herself and trying to visualize.
Short ball,
But
second
she
serve.
did change into the gun show.
Well, I think she just took off the shirt that she had, revealing the guns.
They'll get you.
Hand up.
The guns, that is.
Unable to shoot that ball in the right corner.
0-0.
Yeah, that was a blank.
Point.
Sienna slid that ball past Jessica, who was
One
handcuffed
point, 0.
on the shot before that.
Short ball. Hand up.
And there's a double fault, Dave. The first double fault we've seen in the women's semifinals.
Short ball. Second serve.
Dave, we talked at length about the foot fault in the Paul Brady match. I think you accused me of not seeing it as being an advantage, which isn't true. I do see it as being an advantage, but I'm a proponent of the one serve.
Point.
Dave, you have this huge area you can hit into.
Together at 1.
I don't think that you really need 2 serves.
Short ball. Second serve.
We play that way outside.
I'm cool with that.
Okay. I think you'd see a lot more rallying if there were one serve. You wouldn't see these great players able to try and creep the ball just an inch over that short line. Most likely the same guys would still win, but I think it would be a more exciting brand of ball.
Hand up.
That visualization there from Jessica during the break seems to be working here. That was a beautiful kill shot. Tied at 1.
Hand up.
Dave, I remember seeing Jessica at the first junior nationals in which I competed. Burlingame, California, 1989.
Short ball, second serve. Short. Yeah, second serve, both agree.
What was the result of that?
I don't know her result. Don't remember that.
Handa.
I remember her being very good then, so.
1-1.
I would think she would have done well.
Handa.
I was up 10-6 in the tiebreaker there, Dave, and you know, having watched me play enough, what happened from there?
You lost 11-5.
No, I was up 10-6.
I know.
Oh, yeah.
You got a technical reduction of a point. Sorry, I took it a level further than I normally do.
Yeah.
1-0.
Now, if you're not going to lose 11-10, you better lose 11 and -1. That's my theory.
That's true.
Point.
There's a miss hit there on the right as Jessica got bailed out by Sienna.
Where Dewey bonds when you need them. Dave, these ladies, of course, made the cut. They're in the semifinals here, but some notable names, trunk slamming. Rory McIlroy, Phil Mickelson, Ricky Fowler, Justin Rose, all going home after just 2 rounds at Oakmont. I don't know, that's a big surprise to you, Dave. You had Fowler and Rose in your office pool, so that's pretty much been blown up.
Jessica could have, I think she didn't see it, but she could have dove for that ball. She took one step to the left. It was definitely within reach, but then again, that would have been a DUI, diving under the influence.
Point.
As we make police officer and crime puns during all Jessica Gawley matches. I kid, of course.
That's such a tough shot there for Sienna, who takes a fly kill coming off the left side wall and hits a kill into the right corner.
Point.
That's not a shot you see very often, Dave.
2.
And Sienna made it look easy.
That was a great shot right there.
Hard to anticipate Jessica's back wall shots because she hits with that underarm stroke with both hands, and she can kill from there or pass.
And Sienna just had to watch it too. I mean, she was a witness to that kill shot.
Together at 3.
Or that crime, depending on which way you look at it. As we're all together at 3, going to 21.
Handa.
And that's a terrible, terrible miss right there.
Together at 3.
It's like Jessica got pickpocketed in the middle of that back wall setup, just almost a little confused.
Handa.
And Dave, any shot that good should be considered a felony from Jay Gall.
Together at 3.
An assault with a deadly weapon in that left corner.
With intent.
4.
There's a point there for Gawley, who now has the lead here. That great serve has been bailing her out. I can see Jessica breaking into this amazing serve that she has.
Yeah.
Short ball, second serve.
I was thinking Jessica staying on the court there in between game number 1 and number 2. These players sometimes look at this court as a cell.
Yeah.
and they want to stay away from the inmates out there, the crazy inmates out in the stands. And
yeah, a lot
does
of people
get crazy.
don't like solitary confinement. But Jessica volunteered for it.
That's what veterans do. A veteran on the force. There's another point here for Jessica Gawley.
And Dave, could we see something similar to what we saw in the men's final today, where it was Killian dominated in game 1 and then comes back in game 2 and led throughout for the most part and forced a tiebreaker, and we all know what happened from there. Jessica didn't offer much resistance in game 1, losing 21-4, but here she is already with more points than she scored in game 1.
Well, you nailed it when you said that she took off her shirt and started showing off her guns.
Oh, it was the gun show.
I mean, she's armed and dangerous right now.
Yeah.
And since that moment, she's leading 7-3 the short ball here. And almost paying homage in a lot of ways to Anna Engel, who used to play in this sort of get-up. And I'm not sure if this is what Jessica's doing, but
well, this is a tribute.
It almost looks like you're watching Anna Engel here.
Handa.
She's playing like it, too.
3 plays 7.
Using that left like a baton.
Oh, replay.
Oh, wow. Oh, I thought that Jessica had that left corner kill. Just about ready to say that she was at large and on the loose.
3 plays 7.
But have to rescind that.
CNC will be looking for the taser now after losing 7 of the last 10 points.
Point.
That's the first
4
point for
plays 7.
Sienna in quite some time.
Handa.
That's a nice shot from Jessica. Stays low there.
Seven plays 4. Green.
Seemed like a late call there, Dave. Almost as though Sienna had the shot, didn't make it.
Point.
Wow.
Ace
It's an amazing turn of events right now. 8-4. And I think staying on the court helped.
Handa. Four playing 8.
We saw the same sort of thing happen with Danielle Daskalakis against Ashleen Riley in Portland. That second game when Danielle said, I was just going to go for the bottom board. You're seeing much more aggression now coming from Gawley.
5 playing 8.
Score here is 5-8, though. Keeping those police references going. Jessica Gawley wearing the blue shirt. She got the blues after those last 2 points. Make that 3 points in a row now.
6 playing 8.
Nice shot there. Jessica Gawley gets a side out. A very loud side out at that.
Well, Dave, these fans are into it.
Ace playing 6.
Many of them have traveled thousands of miles, not only to play, but also to watch these amazing players. And that's one thing that makes this tournament so cool, Dave, is if you go to the U.S. Open of golf or the U.S. Open of tennis, you're just there to watch. You can't also compete. And these fans, Dave, are hustling from their matches straight to the gallery. And what an experience.
Point.
I saw you watching a match from courtside once, Dave.
8.
Win.
You forgot your
Point. You okay, Jess?
Now we're all
actually
together at 8 here.
2010 in Austin. Remember it well?
That's a good point.
And that's how far back we have to go to see you courtside without a camera or a microphone.
Now that's pretty sad.
Right, it really is.
We're all together at 8.
Short ball. Second serve. Point.
Nice shot right there. I saw Jessica inspecting the ball before she hit it. No, a lot of you guys like in the NBA when you make a free throw, you look at the ball, spin it.
Yeah.
Is there something you're thinking of, trying to get the ball in the right position? I know golfers do it with how they line up the ball.
Yeah.
Is it just a rhythm thing?
Well, you know, the golfers a lot of times draw a straight line on their ball, and they line up that straight line on the line on which they're going to putt. In handball, sometimes you're looking at the ball to see if it's wet, if you think it might have slid, or sometimes you even think it might be cracked.
I was thinking it was more of like a resetting mechanism, like getting your mind focused, but maybe so. I thought maybe she saw a fuzz on it.
So all that was just to set it up for that.
Yep.
Well played.
But she did inspect it. But I did seriously want to hear what you had to say about that.
I don't think you did.
I really did. I just wanted.
I doubt it.
Just wanted to say that. That's all. There is the side out at 8 to 10.
Timeout. Sienna.
And Dave, you remember Killian Carroll
8-10.
losing the first game today, 21-6, and then he led 10-7 in game 2. Paul Brady tied at 10, then he led 16-12, and you remember the rest from there. But right now it's Jessica Gawley coming back from that first game thrashing to lead 10-8. So some symmetry there between these two matches.
Yeah, a little bit. What is Jessica Gawley doing here that's different than game number 1? Because it seemed like in game 1 she was playing back and Sienna was up front more. Here it seems like they're kind of playing even and Jessica's making shots, but what specifically are you seeing?
Well, I think Jessica's made some good kill shots, and that puts the pressure on Sienna, because if there's no resistance coming from your opponent, all your opponent's doing is just returning the ball and making errors, you have that freedom to just keep going for your shots, which is what Sienna was doing in game number 1. But now that Jessica showed her that, you know, I can make some shots, I'm going to make some kills, which she's done, now all of a sudden you don't have that freedom anymore. And I think that's probably the main reason we're seeing this turnaround in game number 2. And Dave, there was a very good look at the gun show there. Jessica Gawley with 2 beautiful children in Canada.
Well, if I had children, I'd leave them in Canada as well. I kid, of course. It would be much further.
That was an amazing left corner kill from Jessica there. Open stance.
Short ball. Second serve.
A lot of second serves for Jessica Gawley. But it doesn't seem to be affecting the score here. Dave, have you ever purposely served short?
Yes.
Point.
And that was for what reason?
More of a timeout.
Yeah, okay.
You got to put it in just the perfect spot, so it's just about a foot high, but to the other side of the court where your opponent is intending to return, and that adds another 4 or 5 seconds.
Yeah, see, I've done it 100 times, but every time the ball comes immediately right back to me, and I have to serve again.
Oh.
I'm always wishing that it would go all the way to the front wall and then not retrieve it, as this is a great rally here between the two.
Well, what you have to do is you have to line up an overhand lob serve, and when you do that, your player's going to immediately go right behind you to that same side, and you just push one short a foot high to the other side.
Right, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And there's a point again for Jessica Gawley, who's now at 12-8.
12 playing 8. Cover.
Oh, that was a huge plum there for
Replay.
Jessica Gawley. Was unable to
12-8.
handcuff a suspect. Just about 8 feet from the wall.
Oh, that was an amazing shot right there. I'd say call 911, but
well, she took dead aim.
Not after
8 playing 12.
seeing the score line here. 8-12. Like you said, Jessica has a pretty good return of serve with her offhand. There was not necessarily the best one to
I said it was
portray.
good. You thought it was short. You thought it was good. I'm going to go with the guy on this side. Second serve.
Wow.
Kane thought it was good, but
That's incredible.
he's on this side. Huh? But I'm changing my mind. Yeah.
Which is illegal to do. A referee can do that. I know that Sienna's going to say, wait a second, you said it was okay, and this one ref said it was good, and the other one said they didn't see it. But the referee, it's a new rule now. The referee can change their mind after that. And I know that we've talked about this. Maybe it's not a new rule, but it's just a highlight of a rule.
Second serve, 8-12. Point.
What an amazing fly call there from Sienna.
Nine 12.
Now it looks like Sienna's upset about that call, playing a little bit harder. I can see she had to bite the bullet there when talking to the referee. Comes back and puts it all on the floor here.
She certainly wasn't going to surrender just because she had a call go against her.
But just like that,
point.
Jessica scores, gets the side out, and scores now 13-9.
13-9.
And Dave, we've seen Jessica show these flashes of amazing handball over the last couple of years. You remember she took Martina McMahon to a tiebreaker last year at the Players' Championship in Salt Lake City. That was one of the best matches I've seen her play.
True.
And of course, she's been a finalist in the women's race break.
San Francisco.
Right.
The ball
2015 in February.
Nine 13. Point.
That was just a horrible dip in right there. Jessica trying to make the front wall.
10-13. Point. 11-13.
Now Sienna within 2. I thought that could have been called short. Jessica way off balance now. I think she's wanting to call for backup at this point. She had a nice run going.
Right.
12-13. Short ball. Second serve.
And there it is, a tight score and a little bit of emotion there from Sienna as she finally gets to 13. Jessica taking her time here, readjusting her glove.
Short ball, second serve.
Nope. Ball short.
Sienna coming up just short on those crack serve attempts to the right.
Point.
And now Sienna's just rolling. Yeah. It was like she hit that ball into the corner and said to the ball, pleased to meet you.
14-13.
I'm running out. Let's just be honest.
Yeah.
These last ones, I hope this doesn't go breaker. That's all I can say.
I mean, you've committed to this for the whole match, regardless.
Point.
And there's another point here for Sienna at 15-13.
Short ball.
That's about the only thing that Sienna hasn't done right in these last 6 rallies. Those short serves to the right. Big setup here.
Point.
Jessica is going to take a walk towards the front wall, even though she makes the air there.
Timeout.
And I know, Dave, that you'll say that that timeout was
Score is 16,
a little bit later than it probably should have been.
It was a lot later. I mean, this is a pretty big run. She was up by 4, and it's a 7-0, or excuse me, 7-1 run here by Sienna. And I would have, well, you know, you never know. There's times that we've played the game and you just feel good and you don't want to call the timeout. You're almost against calling the timeout, but you have to think about breaking momentum. It does work sometimes. Not in the NFL when they ice the kicker or when they call a timeout when the free throws are being thrown in the NBA. Never seems to work there. But
well, those are all for TV. The coaches are told when to call those timeouts.
I don't know about that.
I always thought that's how it actually went. Maybe not. Well, if the coach doesn't call the timeout, the TV will just call one on its own anyway. So.
Well, that might be true. This is a tiebreaker here in Game 2. Jessica Gawley led most of the way. And Nee Kareen has just caught up and taken the lead now. And it has to be frustrating because whatever Jessica was doing at the beginning is not translating now because Sienna has stepped it up.
The score is 16-13. Short ball. Hand up.
Sienna not happy there. Her momentum is broken up.
13-16.
At least for the time being. Jessica with a re-kill with her right hand.
Jessica running pretty fast there to get back to that ball in the deep right corner. Doesn't catch up, another point.
13. Short, second serve. Yeah, both agree.
She needs a rest after speeding there, I would think. But it was just after a timeout, so it came at a good time. And clearly Jessica has a nice little crowd here for me.
13-16.
You see Sienna, I think, trying to rush a little bit here.
Short ball,
Senses
second
that this
serve.
match close to being over. Trying to maybe go for some kills earlier in the rally than she might normally do.
Point.
Nice point there from Jessica Gawley, trying to force a tiebreaker.
14-16. Short ball. Playing 14. Point. Sienna, just check the ball there. I think it hit Jess top. Score is 17-14.
That looked like it probably hurt, Dave. I know we'd have to get a radar gun on that, but...
Point.
And there's another point now for Nee Shireen.
18 plays 14.
Or as she calls it, Nee Curry. Nice dive right there from Sienna. Gets back up, goes with the left hand down the middle. Handcuffed is Jessica Gawley, but she gets it back into play. Little screen, no call from the ref. And then a ball that hits the ground, and nobody's complaining there. Hits that right into the floor.
Great rally. Jessica should have won it 6 shots prior, but ends up winning it with a Nee Curry air. There's a great slider to the left, and it's a quick point for Jessica, who's 6 points from forcing a tiebreaker here.
15 plays 18.
Both of these players are pushing each other back and forth. Look at that dive.
Timeout.
Jessica Gawley.
Score is 18, playing 15, come back.
A lot of hard play here today in the semifinals and the finals of the men, if you missed it. Katrina Casey defeated Aoife McCarthy in 2. She will be in the finals of the women's pro bracket. Earlier, though, it was Killian Carroll who was getting destroyed in game number 1 like we've never seen before, down 2-20, comes back, scores a couple points in that first game. In the second game, though, it was not back and forth, but it was always about a 4-point lead for Killian Carroll. He ends up winning 21-17 with a nice 5 or 6 point run there at the very end, forcing a tiebreaker. And then it was Carroll coming back again in the tiebreaker, winning 11-10. That means Killian Carroll is our new national champion if you just tuned in, defeating Paul Brady for the first time in Nationals history since he started that Brady run in 2005. We haven't seen a Paul Brady loss.
Yeah, a lot of firsts today with that men's final result. Killian Carroll becoming the first player to defeat Paul Brady twice in the same year since 2004. Becoming the first player to defeat Paul Brady at the Nationals since 2004. Becoming the first player to win his first national four-wall singles title since 2003. Excuse me, 2005.
Missing the referee's microphone. 18, now 19-15 is the score here.
19 playing 15. Short ball.
And I was told coming up next in the men's semifinals of the doubles, it's going to be Marco Chavez and Sean Linning versus Gavin Buggy and Duxie Walsh. Whether that is what happens, it's a different discussion, but probably going to happen. Nice dig right there from Gawley. Bailing herself out with every single one of these gets.
20. Match point, please. 15.
21-15.
Hand up. Playing 20. Point.
Very respectable score here, Dave, from our friend up north.
16-20.
Beautiful pass shot there from Nee Kareen.
20 plays 16. Short ball.
This is match point. This could be it. Goes for the corner and hits it. Nee Kareen takes down Jessica Gawley in 2 straight. Had a tough battle here in game number 2, winning 21-16. And she will face Katrina Casey tomorrow in the women's finals. Dave, we're going to take a break. We'll have the men's doubles semifinals coming up next, or another great match as provided by the USHA. It was great having you in the studio here, broadcasting alongside yours truly, Mr. Fink. Going to also wish you a happy Father's Day, and I wish you a great rest of your day as we are going to go ahead and let you take a break here.
Wow.
Also want to thank Ben and Linda Manning for their hard work on this live broadcast, and those that have been helping us with the USHA 4-Wall National Handball Championships and this live broadcast, brought to you by Restoration Professionals with emergency services, carpet cleaning, and so much more at restpro.com. You're on the internet. Check them out. RESTPRO.com. Minnesota State Handball Association with hospitality room at the Tournament Hotel, room 204, where each tournament participant received a free pair of handball gloves, which is really cool, by Steve Johnson, mantlebuzz.com. Visit the website now. Increase your market edge by Bill and Carrie Kelly, and title sponsors Ward Services. If you have multiple employees spread over multiple locations, and if you are challenged with effectively communicating important information to those employees, then have Ward Services join your team and serve your employees an ACE for their corporate and business communications. For a no-cost solution to these challenges, contact the USHA Director, Jim Ward, at 1-800-673-6472. That's jward at wardservices.com. Special thanks to the United States Handball Association's President's Club, the WPH Board of Directors, for funding this live broadcast. And we hope that you enjoy the continuous coverage from the World Players of Handball here at racefor8.com. We'll have the men's semifinals of the pro doubles. Marco Chavez from California, Tucson, Arizona's Sean Linning going up against Duxie Walsh and Gavin Buggy up next here at racefor8.com.